everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my newest video about cleaning hacks, and specifically spring cleaning hacks, because I'm filming this at the start of spring. Funnily enough, I heard on the radio this morning that today is officially the first day of spring. I didn't plan that, but I am filming this on the first day of spring. I uploaded a spring clean, speed clean to my channel just a few days ago and spoke about how whenever it gets to this time of year, I just feel a need to have a really good clean. And it made me realise that over the last few months, I have learnt a handful of new tips and hacks that make my house cleaner and that make cleaning easier as well. So obviously, I'm desperate to share them with you. So keep watching to find out what my newest cleaning hacks are. So my tip number one is to help your walls look as fresh as possible. If your walls are painted like mine, particularly painted a colour darker than white, then you will notice that over the months, over the year, you've probably had a little chip there and a little dent here, especially if you've got little ones, dogs like me. So what I always make sure I do is whatever colour my walls are in any room in my house, I keep a little tester pot of that colour. So tester pots are great because they come with their own brush. You don't need to worry about getting a brush out or cleaning a brush afterwards or anything like that. You can just open your little tester pot and patch up any bits of wall that need patching. I do it quite frequently, to be honest. If I ever see a little nick, then it just really irritates me. I'll get my little tester pot out and I'll fill it in. It just makes me feel better, makes the walls look fresher. It's easy to forget what colour you have painted your walls, so make sure you always buy a tester pot back at day one when you do the painting, that way you never forget. I literally keep mine under the kitchen sink with my cleaning stuff like it's a cleaning product. Okay, my tip number two is inspired by the wonderful Mrs. Hinch, and it's something that I've been doing ever since I've seen it for a long time now, is to make your own fabric spray. So I have invested in a lot of fabric sprays over the years, but this has been the most effective one, and it's DIY, so you make it yourself. So you can see me making it here. All you do is add a little bit of your favourite softener to the bottom of an empty spray bottle. So I got this spray bottle from B&M, but you can get them from most similar stores, I suppose. It was probably only about £1. I'm just going to put a tiny bit in the bottom and I'm going to fill the rest up with water. Then I'm just going to screw the top back on the bottle and give it a really good shake just to make sure it's all mixed up nicely. And then you're ready to go. So I use it to spray on all our upholstery. I spray it on the sofas, I spray it on the cushions, I also spray it on the bedding as well, and it makes it smell like it's just come out of the washing machine. Really fresh, really clean, so easy, and just makes your house smell a lot fresher. Okay, I'm going to stay on a similar theme now because this next tip is my last one inspired by Mrs. Hinch, but it is also inspired by Mrs. Hinch and involves fabric softener, so I may as well say this one next. So this is a tip on how to clean your sink quickly and make it smell wonderful at the same time. So I'm just going to put a little bit of stiff cream and my favourite softener in the sink with some boiling water, and I'm going to leave it there to soak. I do this at the start of a cleaning routine so that I know it's had a good time in there soaking, and then at the end of my cleaning routine I'm just going to empty the water, use a microfiber cloth to give it a really good scrub, and it makes the sink sparkling. Not only that, but because you've mixed in some of your softener as well, it smells amazing. My tip number four involves this little gadget you can see here. So I picked this up in Home Bargains a year or so ago, and it's been a real life changer. This is a blind duster. So if you have slatted blinds like we do, I've got a huge set of slatted blinds in our living room and they are a nightmare to clean. Well, you can just use this to clamp it onto the blinds and it cleans a few blinds at a time, and both sides, the up and the lower the blind as well. You can obviously spray this duster with anything you like, with a cleaner, with any sort of cleaning spray if you wanted to do that as well. It's a huge time saver, and it means that you don't have to avoid, because trust me, I avoid dusting the blinds a lot, but ever since I've had this little gadget, it doesn't seem as laborious. So here's another product that I love to use, and maybe you wouldn't call it a hack, but I would, because it has changed the way that my bathroom smells completely, so easily. So this is the Foam Aroma by Blue, and it's a powder that you put into your toilet. So you just fill the cup The cup is actually the lid, so you fill the lid up to the marked line with the powder, you drop it into the toilet, and this reaction happens and this amazing smell comes out of the toilet. So it's important for me to say that I used this in my recent speed clean that went on my channel last week, and I put bleach in my toilet before I used the foam aroma. So thanks to one of my lovely subscribers, I've since learnt, and it does say on the bottle, my fault for not reading, that you are not supposed to mix the foam aroma with any bleach product. They react badly together and it's just not a good idea. It can be dangerous. So I was doing that. I'm not going to do that anymore. So if you're using foam aroma, just use it quickly in the morning to make your house smell nice, but don't use it alongside any bleach cleaning products. So my tip number 6 is a super quick and easy one that makes you feel a lot more productive and like your house is in real good working order, and will also help you sleep better, is to flip your mattress. If you remember to do this at the start of every spring, then you've got yourself into a good routine. So it's spring now, first day of spring today, go into your bedroom, flip your mattress over, and something else you can also do when you flip your mattress is give it a good hoover. I know that sounds mad, but I watched on This Morning years ago what came out of your mattress if you hoover on the top of it, and it's mad what will actually be sucked out of there. I guess you assume because it's always got a sheet on top that it doesn't actually get dirty, but it does. So at the start of every spring, flip it over, give it a good hoover, then you know you're sleeping on a really fresh and clean and comfortable mattress. So seeing as I've just mentioned my hoover, I'm going to move on to my tip number 7, as it is about the hoover as well. I love this hack. I've been using this for a few weeks now and I just can't get enough. So I am obsessed with the Lenore Unstoppables. Here they are here. If you don't know what they are, please invest, you won't regret it. They're technically made to put into the washing machine with your washing, and they make your clothes smell fresh for weeks, for a lot longer than a normal softener, I suppose. But there are so many ways you can use these amazing little discs. And the most recent way I've been using them is just by putting a tiny little handful inside the drum of my hoover. So I have a Dyson handheld and I've just put a little bit, like a little handful, mini handful, into the drum of my hoover, and every time I use the hoover, the smell comes out and it smells incredible. Obviously, whenever you empty the drum, they're going to fall out with the rubbish, which is why I say to only just use a few at a time. But it really does make a difference. It makes the carpet smell good, the mattress that you just watched me hoover, and it just fills the house with a nice smell. So this is a tip I've talked about before, my tip number 8, which is a really quick and easy way to clean your microwave. No one likes cleaning the microwave. I'm guilty of that. I can go a while without cleaning the microwave and then I realise, gosh, it really does need a clean. But because food spits out in there and it gets stuck on, it can be really stubborn to clean. So before you clean your microwave, I suggest that you put a little bowl of diluted Zoflora inside the microwave, put it on for a few minutes. I would probably put mine on for about 3 minutes max, and then afterwards carefully remove the bowl. It might be hot, so carefully remove it. Then go in with your microfiber cloth and then wipe down, and you'll find that all the stuck on dirt will just fall off, because obviously the Zoflora has evaporated and it will all be wet inside of the microwave, and it makes it so much easier to clean. And then obviously, because you've used Zoflora to do it, it smells amazing. Another more natural way to do this, if you prefer, is to use lemon juice, exactly the same way as I just described, but just with fresh lemon instead of the Zoflora, and it works exactly the same. So my next hack, as I was just talking about Zoflora, I'm going to move on to this one because this involves Zoflora as well, is to clean the bottom of your bin. Now this is something that you won't do every week, so as this is a spring clean hack and something you might do once in a while, it is something that needs to be done. No one likes that bin smell, no one. I have talked about this in my Zoflora hacks video, I believe, so I'm just going to mention it again because I do it every once in a while and I have done it recently. So you just need to empty your bin. Into your bin you just need to pour some boiling water and a bit of Zoflora, and you just need to let it sit. Let it soak for as long as you can. Let that hot water, let that disinfectant do its thing. Obviously it's going to be most concentrated and smelly at the bottom of the bin, but then when the water's cooled down you can go in and wipe up the sides of the bin as well. I actually have to do this inside the sink because at the bottom of the inside of my bin there are 2 holes that have been drilled, because apparently that is supposed to stop the bin from smelling so bad as well, because things don't get stuck inside there. So obviously if I was to pour boiling water into my bin, it would just go out the hole, hence why I've put it inside the sink, and I'm going to do it that way. So my final tip today, my tip number 10, is to invest in this here. This is a magic eraser, and what I'm going to use it for is to clean the inside of my oven. So I'm hoping this is a hack to make cleaning the oven a lot easier than it needs to be. No one likes cleaning inside the oven. I've even paid people to come and clean my oven before because it's just so horrible. And this is not going to clean the entire oven, this is not going to do the inside of your oven, but it will do your oven door. So it will make it look a lot cleaner, and it's a start. At least that's the front of it cleaned, it's part of it done. So you just get your magic eraser and you wipe it on the inside of your oven door, and it's really good at getting rid of those tough, greasy, horrible marks. And then it will just make your kitchen feel a lot fresher, nicer, cleaner, ready for spring. So there you have it, guys. There are my latest cleaning tips and hacks for you this springtime. I hope there was some in there that you will be using. If you've got any more amazing ideas, please comment. I would love to hear them. I love learning new tips and hacks all the time. If you haven't subscribed already and you enjoyed this video, I would so appreciate it if you chose to subscribe before you go. I'm nearly at 4,000 subscribers, which is really exciting for me. And give me a thumbs up, that always helps and makes such a difference. And I shall see you guys in my next video.